The next bit happened in seconds, and not many of them. You know how things get when the adrenaline is released. And it had been released as soon as I saw them waiting for us. The big guy goes up to Sean, his two friends following behind him. Sean pushes the big guy back a step. Big guy's friend steps up like he's going to go for Sean, so I move in to stop him. And I did mean to use my elbow, but I didn't mean for him to be stepping into it like he did. Caught him right in the solar plexus, and he lost his wind and fell to his ass. Girl yelled, went to him, and my good dog was inside me whispering, "Stop, help him up, apologize." But the bad dog growled, said stomp his knee and get the other ones before they got you. I didn't stomp his leg, maybe because the girl that went to him, who I had been laughing with just like 2 minutes ago, looked at me with this look of hate. Like Hannah Arendt said, violence destroys power. Their power and mine. There's no time to feel anything about it right then, though. The river was flowing fast here. I turned to the other two guys who were looking at their friend and nodded at Sean, who was reaching so far back, I thought he was going to hit the kid with the year 1986. Landed on the guy's head. His eyes rolled up as he fell into his buddy. And I was lucky for him, or he'd have a face full of concrete. Instead, he wakes up in the arms of his friend almost instantly. Probably no idea what happened. I see Jason grab Sean, start walking away, and for a split second I'm like, what the fuck? Before I hear the cops say, "Hey, come back here," from behind me. I don't know if they had just happened by or been watching us, but I'm glad Jason had his head right and was looking out. Sean wasn't going to stop himself. We got lucky with the cops, man and woman cop team. I think they understood the situation through all that was said. I don't remember exactly what we were saying, but I was mostly telling the truth and said it was all good, we wouldn't bother them. And the other kids were good with that, but the cops said not good enough. We had to leave. We can come back tomorrow, so we left. For some reason, we all three felt like that was unfair. It wasn't, but even Jason seemed angry now. We decided to go around the outside and come in through another entrance and find them. You see, not only is the bad dog mean and greedy and selfish, among its many flaws, stupidity often comes to the fore. On our way around in the parking lot outside the carnival, there was an amazing looking trailer. It looked like it had been driven from another time in another country. Sigils and the symbols decorated all over it. But the big sign that caught your eye was the open hand saying $5 palm readings. We thought that sounded like a deal. It was three women. Looked like three generations of dark-haired beauties. The youngest wasn't much older than us, 20 max. Jason went to the back of the trailer with her behind a curtain. I went with the mother to a table in the middle of the trailer, and Sean went up front with the grandmother. The smells were new to me, I remember thinking, but at 16 a lot of smells would be. It was a pleasant smell. I remember thinking it smelled wise. I don't know what you think about magic, what it is, how it works. I have no idea. But this was one of a few times I knew I was witnessing it. Aside from the obvious magic of life itself, you know what I mean? It seemed legit. She knew we were brothers, but not by blood. She knew about Tanya, and a few other things that were too specific for her to know. So when she asked if I wanted my future read for another $5, I said, hell yes. Now we get to the strange bend in the river here. Like what's the true nature of time? I've heard it said it's like a shadow of motion. I've heard it said it's a force of its own. Is everything cause and effect, or does our will matter? And one of my favorite films is called The Last Samurai. It stars Tom Cruise, who's either the greatest actor of our generation or the greatest actor of all time. And there's this part where he's talking to the leader of the samurai, Katsumoto I think his name is. And he asks Tom if he thinks man can fight his fate. Tom tells him he thinks a man does what he can until his fate is revealed. Now, up until me writing this part right now, I'd been fully planning on telling you guys what the palm reader told me about my future. Now, though, I feel like it's not meant for you. It's my fate, and I'm still rowing my boat merrily down the stream. I'll tell you, she asked if I wanted the good future or the real future, and you know which I chose. She didn't tell me terrible things were going to happen, but I don't want to say more than that on YouTube. When we left, we'd completely forgotten about going after those guys. Kind of wanted to get back to the house and tell about the palm reading. Well, Jason and I were excited. I don't think Sean's reading went well. Not sure of the relevance here, but he was killed when he was 21, shot dead. Anyway, we get back. Nobody buys it. We can't go back that night, but we plan to all go back the next day. And of course, the trailer was gone. I'd forgotten the story happened for a long time. But a few years ago, Brandy found me, and all the old times started coming back. She's aged like a fine wine. A nurse now, doing well. Jason got married, and he has a family going. I hear he's happy too. Before I end, one of my subs, the Logic Only Zone, asked me to share what's important to me. I think it relates because another thing I'll tell you the palm reader told me was that I wouldn't be rich, but it wouldn't matter to me. And at the time I wasn't sure about that, and the life I lived in my 20s would suggest a reading was a bit off, but nowadays I value love and knowledge, and I'm wealthy in that way. So I hope I didn't waste your time. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.